Bum 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 ba ba bum ba ba ding ding ting.
Well, I'm Wesley,
And I'm Grant.
and this is Scotland Nightly News. We have a great show for you today. We have several interviews, a cooking section, and a segment with Dr. Oz.
Oh, I love Dr. Oz. First on our program is an interview with Lady MacBeth.
Go.
Thanks, Grant. I'm here with Lady MacBeth.
How you doing?
I'm doing fine. How about you? What was it like being queen? That's interesting. That's interesting. I know it's hard, and I know this may be difficult. But can you explain the death of Banquo? Yeah, that's rough. Can you explain your night terrors to me? What led you to have them? Yes. Absolutely, I totally understand. Lady Beth, can I ask you a personal question? Just real quick. Do you know anything about the murder of Banquo? Looks like she has nothing to say. This is Zane Soto and Lady MacBeth. Back to you.
Thanks, Zane. That was incredible. She sure had a way with words.
Next, we have Dr. Oz examining Macbeth's death.
Hello, I'm Dr. Oz, and today we're going to be examining the medical repercussions of a beheading, specifically Macbeth's. Well, as you can see here, Macbeth is crawling up the stairs, and just the position of Macbeth and the angle of his attacker is just leading to something that's not going to end up well for Macbeth. Keep the scene rolling. Right here, Macbeth is on all fours, and his attacker is in an attacking position. Not looking good for Macbeth right now. And then there he is. He's starting the swing, and Macbeth has put his head over the ledge. Don't know why he did that, but let's continue. And then there's initial contact. You can see the sword hitting the back of his neck. The angle of the attacker's arms are just showing the full force, the brutal force of the sword going through his neck. And then, yep, there it is. The head is completely off the body, as you can see right here. As if we look closely, you can see the spinal cord just being completely ripped apart by his sword. And it is complete follow through. Okay, and then here it is. The head's fallen, blood's everywhere. The follow through is continued. I believe the vertebrae is starting to just dislodge and combust, actually, because of the brute force and the actual shock that his body is going through. And yes, there's his head. It's rolling. You can see the vertebrae and some brains using that. That's actually the temporal region of the brain. It's known for his sensory muscles, so he cannot move the rest of his body anymore because that part of his brain has been severed. The brain rolls. His body, that's major issues to his body. It's probably a couple bruises to his hands and knees, just unneeded. And as you can see, they put his head on a stake, which I'm sure is not really good for him. As you can see in his facial features and the features of his people laughing at him, it's not a good time for Macbeth. As the scene continues, you can just see his head still on the stake, and there it is, being hoisted up so high. True fact, when you're beheaded, putting your head in high altitude kind of thickens the blood and makes the blood flow slower, causing more pain to the body that is somewhere at the bottom of the stairs. As you can see, they wave it around. Not good for Macbeth. It's probably going to get cold up there. Not really, that's not really my thing. But yeah, and that's the beheading of Macbeth. I'm Dr. Oz. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Dr. Oz. Those did look like some pretty severe bruises.
Joining us next is our field reporter, Zane Soto. He's meeting up with one of the trees from the horizon. Sounds really like an interesting story.
Yes.
Over to you, Zane.
Zane Soda here on the horizon with this tree. Tree, why are you here?
Trying to sneak up on Macbeth, taken by surprise.
What kind of tree are you?
Christmas tree, of course.
Christmas tree. What's your name?
Larry.
Larry, that's a weird name for a Christmas tree.
Sure.
Do you have any idea of the witch's prophecy?
No idea, never met a witch in my life.
Never met a witch. The witch prophesied that you'd be coming over the horizon to see Macbeth. What are your thoughts on that?
I guess it's a good sign.
That's all we have today. Zane Soda with the tree. Back to you.
And now to the weather with Jimmy Justice.
Well, the weather seems to have been improving since Macbeth died. I mean, ever since King Duncan died, we had all them strings of tornadoes that kept blowing my dang cows out in the pastures away. And all the people with their chimneys blowing over and whatnot. Gotta hate them tornadoes, but anyway, it seems to just be raining now. Hail every now and then. I guess it did last night. I mean, I was asleep, but the radar thingy said that, maybe that there was some hail, But I sure do miss that dang old cow of mine that got blown away in that tornado. I mean, what am I gonna do when I want some steak tomorrow night? Or maybe some milk?
Keep it going.
Oh, that's it. Save my cow!
Next, we'll have Zane with a infield interview with the porter of the castle on the night of King Duncan's death.
Hello? I need an interview. Were you there on the night of the king's death?
I was always in the king's castle.
You seem very intoxicated. Is this true?
Blame it on the alcohol.
Okay, did you notice anything suspicious about that night?
No, Beth, just being all silly. He was like, he's just nervous and stuff.
Wait, Macbeth?
King Macbeth.
Okay, yeah, this is awkward. This is Zane Soda with the porter. I'm out.
Joining us in the studio today is the one and only, incredible, good-looking, noble and selfless, strong and courageous, Macbeth! Studio audience, give it up for Macbeth!
Man, I love that studio audience.
Why, hello, good noblemen. I am glad we can advance in this discussion.
Macbeth, how have you been feeling ever since the loss of your kingdom, your title, and, your head?
Well, actually, I'm feeling quite good. The stress of hiding my evil secret is about killing Duncan is, kind of useless now. I've had time to free my spirit.
So how's Banquo doing?
He's dead.
Oh, and Lady Macbeth?
Dead.
The porter?
He has high cholesterol, but other than that, he's fit as a hot boy.
Oh, great, I'm glad to hear that.
So, Macbeth, take us back to the good old days when you were a great man, a Thane of Cawdor, and give us a glimpse into your previous life.
Well, I had led a pretty modest life with my good friend Banquo. We had our sections of Scotland, and we led them with pride and fought noble battles with our great country. But everything went downhill.
Oh, please keep going.
Well, it all happened when we were going on the stroll. You know how Banquo and I are.
Yeah.
And then, while we were walking, 3 hideous women appeared out of nowhere, and they started shouting words and made us both feel really confused and uncomfortable. And they were playing with their fat, ugly cat, Grey Malkin. It was terrible.
Well, what did they say?
Fair is foul, foul is fair. Hover through the something, it's all kind of a big blur. You see, there was the storm, and...
Wow, that seems really impacting on your life.
Wait, that's not the important part. The witches then told me in Banquo prophecies, they said I would become king of Scotland. And boom, look at me, a couple of days ago, king of the Scots. Booyah!
Well, that seems fantastic. From regular clothes to riches. And only at the expense of several good men, women, and children.
Sounds like a fair trade-off to me. Thank you for talking with us tonight, Macbeth.
My pleasure.
Up next, we've got some delicious treats from Bragatha, Lagatha, and Zagatha.
Hello! I'm Lagatha! I'm Tabitha! And I'm Slagatha! And this is Cooking with the Witches! Oh, I'm so excited! Oh, first, I prepped this in a bowl of filet. Stop! What are we making today? Oh, I don't even know! What are we making today? Oh, heavens, who knows? We should just call it the Witches Brew! That sounds tasty! Oh, I've started us with a fillet of some little snake. What kind of snake? It's a Philly snake! Philly snake! Oh my goodness, I love Philly snake! Oh, what's next? What's next? After Philly snake, we have eye of newt and tail of frog. Oh, delish! Lagatha, what are you gonna put in there? We've got wool of bat and tongue of dog. This will really add the zest. Oh! Slagatha! Hips are down there. Oh, that's delicious. Oh, wonderful. That's really adds the lemon zest. Next, we have adder's fork and blimeworm sting. Oh, this really brings the dish together. Oh, delicious. Oh, next, I think I found some lizard's lag. Magatha, what are we doing next? We're going to put some lizard's lag in here. Those are beautiful lizard's lag. I like lizard legs. I love the lizard legs. It's ground up. What's Snagafnigafa? What's next? I think we're almost done, but we need some soul of dragon and tooth of wolf. Yummy! But the final, most important ingredient, and let me tell you boys and girls at home, don't you dare forget it, because this is pretty much the entirety of the dish. People, liver of a blaspheming Jew. Oh, and stir that up! Stir to perfection. And then put it in the oven perfection. At 350, preheated, of course. And bake for 20 minutes. 20 minutes, okay, beautiful. Oh my. Then feed it to an unsuspecting king, expecting great prophecies of his future. Now remember, your name, that's Witchin. Welcome back to Cooking with the Witches. It's been about 20 minutes. It should be ready. Oh, it looks wonderful. It's delicious. Oh my gracious. Is it ready? Is it ready? Here, give me take a taste. Here. Only one way to go. Is it good? Oh, it's so good. Is it ready? Oh, I think it's ready. This is perfect. Oh my God, it's delicious. This is children at home. The most important thing is to eat slowly. Remember, it's very hot. Oh, I'm Dominagatha. I'm the Captainatha. My mouth is on fire. This is Cooking with the Witches.
Well, I don't know about you, Grandpa. That made me
Oh,
hungry.
that looked delicious. Oh my.
Well, that's it for the Nightly Scotland News. Thanks.
Bum 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 ba ba. Can't keep beep to beep. Ting. Hello, I'm Dr. Oz, and today we're going to discover the medical reproductions of beheading. Hello, I'm MacBeth, and today we're going to be examining. Okay.
Well, the weather seems to have been